What's up, everybody? Hope this audio is coming in clear because I can't hear anything. I don't even know why I have these damn headphones on. I'm actually in the new office here. There's nothing on the walls, just a completely white background. Because yeah, we haven't set anything up, but this is my office here, and yeah, I'll be here a lot. Definitely going into the next campaign. Item two is on the way, coming very shortly. We'll have some updates for you today. Not today, but here soon enough. But today we are going to discuss something right here. I've talked about this many times before, but I want to talk about it today. I want to be very clear. I'm not trying to use this as a way to like attack Whoopi Goldberg or anything, as silly as some may think that she is. I just want to kind of point to where the American comic book industry is, or what it is that they prioritize versus maybe of old. Comic books now, especially, are not something that is contained, let's say, as its own sort of art form. And some of that's good, but some of it's not. And I'll explain that in a minute. Where it was just the people that really participated in that economy, really participated in that subculture, were generally the ones that were becoming the writers, becoming the creators, becoming the people that were maybe heads of these companies, editors, and all that. And definitely as of recent decades, you had the just sheer explosion of comic book based media and outside. Not to say that it started 20 years ago. No, there's of course been movies, for example, with Superman and all that that has existed forever. But especially now, you'll see that there's like this direct pipeline that they're trying to build, or it's already built, uh, that has people trying to write material, oddly enough, as either self inserts or to get it adopted in TV format. So, this is why you have TV or movies for that matter. So, this is why you have so many people that have historically never shown any true interest really in this industry, or becoming writers for very reputable publishers. I'm not saying that Whoopi Goldberg is the first one. Actually, it's precisely the opposite. Remember, I talked about Ta-Nehisi Coates. It's the same thing. Ta-Nehisi Coates gets fast tracked into the industry of comic books, having no evidence of even being a fan of this stuff. And it's not just like he's doing his own thing. No, this was something that he got two very, very prominent characters in both Black Panther, this intergalactic Wakanda. I rag on him forever for that because it was terrible, as well as Captain America. And you've seen a lot of those kind of guys stick around, tourists, if you will. And look, I'm all for people wanting to engage into a subculture that is they're new to, right? Awesome, but it's a difference between showing genuine interest and hold up, this is a something that I can take advantage of. And the bigger main like American comic book publishers are all in on this. Is just another example of it where Whoopi Goldberg is going to be writing a superhero story called The Change, and it does look like it's going to be a self-insert, and she's co-writing it, and it's going through Dark Horse. And Screen Rant, I think, got the exclusive, as they mentioned up here in the title. And here it is. Screen Rant is excited to announce Dark Horse's upcoming graphic novel, The Change. Books co-written by Whoopi Goldberg, and the writer and showrunner of like things like The Flash, as it mentions right here. Again, picking other people from the industry, and it's illustrated and is done by Sakanmi Akinboy, with Alexandria Bachelor on the colors, and Frank, I can't say his last name, is providing the letters. And wait till you hear this story. It's very intriguing. The story centers around Isabel Frost, a wife who happens to look a lot like Whoopi Goldberg, if this is her. Isabel Frost, a wife, mother, and grandmother who feels that life isn't what she thought it'd be, even though she's got an amazing support network of family and fellow gamers. Things have become stagnant for Isabel, But as her body adjusts to menopause, Isabel finds herself developing powerful abilities. So I'm guessing menopause is causing her to have powers. With the assistance of her best friend and her comic book loving grandson, Isabel decides to embrace the new direction of her life and become the change. So she becomes a superhero, and there she is again. Looks even though it's not named Whoopi Goldberg, looks oddly like her. Um, I mean, yeah, it's pretty obvious there. Whoopi Goldberg has cemented herself as one of the biggest icons of her generation. I'm not going to dispute that by any means. But this is where it gets intriguing, and I'm going to end on this note. And while Whoopi Goldberg has written several children's stories, as well as a few nonfiction books, she's never tried her hand at comic books before. But the change seems to be an interesting start for Goldberg. So, this is her first. There's no evidence of it. They're even acknowledging it. It doesn't even exist before. She's never tried her hand at comic books. She's just now doing it. And it's Dark Horse, one of the bigger American or North American centric, let's say, publishing houses. That's just where we're at now. And like I said, it's ain't even a rag on Whoopi Goldberg. This is advantageous probably to her getting in on a definitely an. We've seen a lot of these guys have been writing these comic books, actors, actresses, and such, people that are in the industry. And I don't know if they're trying to like write this stuff to get adapted in like TV and movies, and maybe that is the case, but that's just what the industry is. So you're not the common comic book guy, not the normie, but the comic book guy or gal. These books, and I'm not trying to use this as like an example of the entire industry. I'm just saying that what the emphasis is and what the focus is has changed. Okay. And you're not the focus anymore. And you got to adapt kind of there. I think this is where the advantage comes from folks like myself. And I think that you don't have to separate those two kind of concepts. I think the Rippaverse is a prime example of that, in that it catered to people that are comic book lifers while also being a place that felt welcoming to people that had never ever read comics before. So you had that range of people that were comic book lifers, as well as people who made ISOM #1 their first comic book that they ever bought. I think that's a thing that certainly can be done, and you don't have to sacrifice one or the other by any means. But a lot of this stuff is normie centric. This is just exactly what it is that it's about. It also says here, though many superhero stories focus on younger, physically fit characters in their prime, the change features a woman going through menopause. So if you want a story written by Whoopi Goldberg, Dark Horse is going to be publishing it, and you can get more information on The Change, which is a story about a woman going through menopause.
If you enjoyed this video and want to support other content, please become a member at ericdjuly.com. This is my own unique platform that replaced my Patreon. Our Ultramax, which is our highest tier, gets free shipping domestically, even with Rippaverse orders, and are able to redeem the Creators Edition copy of ISOM #1. You can move up and down tiers or cancel at any time. Also visit Rippaverse.com. This is my comic book company that launched a $3.7 million campaign. We appreciate your support.